Well, hello, Liberty View Church of Christ and friends. What a mighty God we serve. Angels bow before him. Heaven and earth adore him. What a mighty God we serve. His mercies are new every morning, and great is his faithfulness toward us. Man, that's a reason to get up in the morning, is that brand new mercies we will see. Liberty View, let me just remind you, we sent you an email, and it is an email that contains a survey that we need you to complete and return to us. Thanks to all of you who have already completed it. Thank you so much. But please, today, if you can find some time, please go ahead and complete that survey so we can get that information back to us as we continue to progress in the midst of this pandemic season. I want to share with you today from the book of Psalms 46. The division is 46, verse number 8 through 10, and we'll read it from the Message translation. If you remember, Psalms 46:1 tells us God is our refuge and strength. He's a very present help in the time of trouble. So he is our shelter in place. He's our spiritual shelter in place. And I pray that you are taking advantage of that time to run into his presence and sit in his presence. Because in verse number 8, he shares with us attention, all. He really wants us to pay attention. He says, see the marvels of God. He plants flowers and trees all over the earth, bans war from pole to pole, breaks all the weapons across his knee. Then he says, step out of the traffic. Take a long, loving look at me, your high God, above politics, above everything. Step out of the traffic. Take a long, loving look at me, your high God, above politics, above everything. Yes, we've been told to shelter in place, stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Save not only your life, but save the lives of others. But I want you to know that while we have stepped out of that traffic, I believe some of us, while being sheltered in place, we've run into some more traffic. Because when we have time to contemplate and to reflect, after we have binged on every program, on every game, Netflix is binged out, YouTube is being, you going from place to place, it gets old after a while, I'm sure. After a while, you got to step out of all of that. And then you got to contemplate, you got to think about your own life. And that's when you run into more traffic. Because some of us, if you're like me, you run into the traffic of your past. You run into the traffic of your present condition and situation. And then looking sometime at an uncertain future, even though you don't know what the future holds, but you know who holds the future, then that's more traffic because you really don't know what's going to happen, what's going to take place all of the time. And that's why you secure your life in Jesus, because he lives, I can face tomorrow. Because he lives, all fear is gone. Because I know he holds the future, and life is worth living because he lives. But look at the traffic of your past, the traffic of your present, the traffic of your future. And all of that traffic can cause a mental and spiritual traffic jam. So he invites us to be still. Most of you know I love this verse. I love to sit in this verse. Be still. Step out of the traffic. Be still, be, exist, live, still, stop. He tells us that in this stillness, it can become a lifestyle for us. Exist in stillness, live in stillness. When everything is in chaos, when everything is unrest, your life is in stillness. It is in peace. It is in the security and the safety of the Almighty God. So he says, you won't know that until you stop and take a long, loving look. I mean, look at me like you love me, he says. Like you really want to spend some time with me. Stop glancing at me. Stop coming to me and running up to me just when you need something, and because you think you can run up to me like a concession stand order and then you get it and run off. No, I'm not that. I want you to understand I'm always present with you, but are you present with me? That's how I want you to live your life, in my presence always, through the good times and through the bad times, because you're going to find out if you ever take some time to be with me, take that long, loving look. Stop glancing, stop peeping, but go on in and look. And he says, you're going to find out I am the Most High God. I'm above politics. I'm above everything. I'm above all of the political schemes that you see taking place. I'm above all of the racial traffic. I'm above all the political traffic. I'm above all the capitalistic traffic. I'm above all of it, because I am God. And if you get in me, I promise you I'll supply your every need. Man, I could go on, but let me stop and let you know that God is able to do just what he said he would do. He's going to fulfill every promise to you. Don't you give up on God, because he won't give up on you. He is able to do exceeding abundantly above all that you can ask or think, according as his power works in you. Now go rise to amazing.